Right, so we're going to look at, I just get James to open his hand. So I talked about there being a tunnel in the first clip, the wrist releases clip, about going this way through. So we talked about the door, and there's also the tunnel. And in Tai Chi and a lot of the internal arts, you get movements like this, these sort of brushing movements, or like this, where the hands separate. I don't know if you picked that up on the camera, but typically like a 7-star stance, something like that, where it separates, or a brushing stance. And these are typically for this kind of movement. Now they're harder to get smoothly than the lever, so they work in a more kind of like a sort of physical way when you first start doing them. So this is the brushing, so I'm actually going to just come out in this direction, and I just put a bit of pressure there and go in that direction. So I'm actually still doing a little bit of the door thing, I'm twisting, but I'm pressing down here and I'm pulling back. And if you can just, because James is holding the camera, if you can just pan out so you can see my centre, the rest of my body, get Rio the dog starring in the film. So here, it's not enough just to pull my arm. If I'm just pulling my arm, it's not going to work. I've got to bring my centre back, and then this hand is kind of pressing forward, and as I bring my centre back, then I can get out. And it's quite a brisk movement. If I try and do it slowly, what will happen is I'll just pull his body forward. So he moved with me there, I don't know if the camera picked that up. Here, the centre goes back, and then that follows. And James, was it hard to keep my hand in there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you couldn't
do it.
grip.
Okay. So one more of that. That's pressing down. I could press on his thumb, or if it was this way, I could press into any part of his hand. I could even just hold here. I'm not gripping my own forearm. I'm just getting a curve on my fingers to get more contact with the surface of James's hand. So I'm getting the heel of the palm, the edge here, on his thumb, and I'm curving around here and